2 years ago, this very weekend, I had the original MG5, and I remember on the Monday when I released the video, MG Europe released the images of the new updated version. And I remember thinking about how quickly things change. So today we're going to be looking at the MG5, the refreshed version, some slight tweaks in it, not a huge amount, but definitely a firm favourite for those people looking for space, practicality, families, businesses, taxi drivers. And let's start with the main one at the front.
If you're interested in all things EV and you'd like to support the channel, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future updates.
A huge improvement on the frontal design. The other one, people said it reminded them of an old Volkswagen Passat. But this one is all smooth with all those new design language that you're going to get on the likes of the MG4, etc. The charging port is still on the front, and we're going to talk about that in a couple of minutes. You've got some venting in the bottom for the battery. This only comes in electric in the UK and Ireland, and in Europe actually. It is based on a combustion engine vehicle called the Reilly 5 in China. LED headlights, LED daytime running lights, a nice little chrome accent along here with that gloss black underneath that fairly substantial MG badging. Some gloss black in underneath. You've got some fake venting going on here, gloss black and that chrome. But overall, I think a very stylish looking front. Comes in 6 different colours: white, black, a silver, a dark grey, a blue, and this beautiful red. I've had it for about 9 days now, and I took it down to Galway to an Irish EV owners meetup, so it is a small bit dirty, but even with that rain and motorway mileage, I think it's standing up fairly well. On the charging, you have AC up to 11 kilowatt, DC up to 87 kilowatt, which is an increase on both on the original one. Stylistically wise, there are a couple of things that you're going to know on the different trim levels, because there's 2 different trim levels. There's the Exclusive and Excite in Ireland, Exclusive being the upper level and the Excite being the entry level. And the UK, they call them the SE for the entry level and the Trophy for the upper level. So I'll reference them as the levels moving forward, so just that you're not getting confused. And so on the how you identify the different levels is pretty much on the side profile. This is the upper level, so Exclusive in Ireland and Trophy in the United Kingdom, and you'll know that by 2 things. First thing is the privacy glass in the passenger doors, and then the larger wheels. So it comes with a 16-inch standard and a 17-inch different style alloy on it. I really like these alloys. It's kind of like gloss black and diamond cut kind of a finish. The 6-inch are a small bit aero for me, very Tesla-esque. I'll stick a picture up on the screen, but otherwise pretty much all the same as to they're the only reason, that's the only way that you're going to notice it from the outside. If you're interested in the MG5, you're probably interested in the boot, so let's have a look at that. Standard fare at the back, a bit of a difference in the LED brake lights. We've got a HLBL high level brake light, a window wiper, phenomenal. A little spoiler, a little bit of chrome going on, that MG badging. It is a manual boot, and it's 578 litres with a bit of a subfloor in underneath, with a space saver in there, and you've got your parcel shelf. Tannoy cover, 1,340 odd litres with the seats down, so phenomenal space. And again, this is what you're really going to be going for. Towing capability, it has a capability of 500 kgs, has a roof rack, so you can have the ability of 75 kgs on that, and then vertical on that tow bar, it's 50 kgs. Let's have a look on the inside. Keyless entry on both trims, which is really handy and not always a given on electric vehicles. Seats are nice and comfortable as well. You've got that extra 20mm foam in it, and you can really feel it. And they've got an extra 100mm in the side bolster, so they're really nice seats. On the door, we've got hard plastic on the top, gloss black with this electro blue line that runs halfway through. On the front doors, not on the rear doors, they're just black, but on the door, across the dash, in between the air vents, and then so I don't mind it too much actually. You've got this kind of like synthetic denim with blue stitching around the place as well, on the dash, on the doors, and on the seats. You've got your electric windows, retractable wing mirrors, etc. And not a bad size door pocket. Over my right knee is just a headlight adjuster and the bonnet release. There is no Franken in it. You've got this brushed aluminium plastic kind of effect above that gloss black and electro blue strip. Steering wheel is good. traditional. Synthetic leather, there's some stitching on it. Volume on the right and phone, and on the left, and on the right you've got your menu selection and your voice control. Over my right knee you've got wipers, left knee lights and indicators, and then that cruise control with that MG Pilot, really nice. 7-inch driver display. It kind of looks bigger with these two semicircles either side of it, with slightly more. You've got your acceleration and your power regeneration, your kilometers per hour and the percentage used. Decent display, can read everything on it. It has the battery percentage and the range underneath there as well. 10.25-inch screen, you will recognize it from the MG4, but it was in the MG5 first, so this is the OG. Some physical buttons along the bottom, some decent response. It's responsive. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay also via wired. I find the MG connection, the wire connection to Android Auto, I'm an Android user, so I can only talk for that. Sometimes you have to plug it out and plug it back in again, so you've got some air vents, you've got your modes, Eco, Normal and Sport, you've got your KERS, which is Kinetic Energy Recovery System, so regen braking, and that comes in 3 levels, it defaults to level 2. You've got your reverse, neutral and drive with your domed parking, handbrake, electronic, automatic handbrake as well, large cup holder, small cup holder, and some storage in underneath as well. Decent sized glove box. As I said, seats are comfortable. This one's electronically adjusted. No sunroof in this, and I think there was a sunroof in the original one. You've got your wing mirrors with your vanities mirror and the lights. No sunglass holder as well. I'm not sure, I'm starting to get muddled up with all the different EVs that I'm reviewing, but I thought the old one had a sunglass holder. Transmission tunnel, because it is based on that combustion engine Row E5, even though you can only get an electric, and you have a USB Type A, 2 USB Type A's, one for data, one for power, and a 12 volt with some storage in underneath. Yeah, decent size, good spec. The seating position is good. I remember the old one, I felt I needed to go down more, but not in this one, whatever the situation is, whether it's higher up, I'm not sure, but another thing I really like about the MG is sat-nav is included across all models. And then the differences in the trims, you have the upper level trim has 360-degree parking cameras, which is this one, heated front seats and also that synthetic leather, the privacy glass we talked about already, rain sensing wipers and automatic air conditioning is some of the other differences between the entry level and the upper level trims. Good, yeah. Happy with it. I'm 6'2", 188 centimeters. Let's have a seat in the back to see what the space is. In the back of the MG5, and I'm 6'2", 188. Legs are nearly touching the back of the driver's seat. You've got some storage in underneath, and I can get my feet in underneath, which I think was a bit of an issue in the last one. Grab handle. You've got your electric windows, you've got a small pocket, a bit of glass black, but you don't have that stripe of blue. You've got a 60-40 split, and you have armrest with cup holders, and then you've kind of like a little pockety with a design that I haven't seen anywhere before else in the car, and you've got a USB Type A and a USB Type B in underneath. 2 ISOFIX in the rear as well. Let's take it out for a drive.
Huge thanks to my Patreon supporters, new Patreon Kodzo, Heinrich Leisner, Adrian Carey, Blake Boland from EV Life Ireland, Eve Daly and Mark. Lots of ways to support the channel. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe and share, but you can also support me on Patreon. Thanks very much.
When you're driving and you indicate, it has a 360 view of what's around you. It also has a larger screen on the side that you're indicating on, showing the view from the rear view. From the side mirror, which is good, and you can actually change to what camera you're getting that view from. Pickup is good. Start stop button is over my left knee, so it's keyless entry and keyless start. The key of the car is in the boot at the moment in my backpack. Visibility on the actual dash, we talked about it when we did the interior view, is really clear, no matter how sunny, and today is super sunny, so I'm sure the exposure on the video is going to be phenomenal. Wing mirrors are a good size. No blind spot that I'm aware of, and I'm always a big fan of blind spot. The visibility out the rear view mirror as well isn't bad. That central headrest is on the larger side, but I think the fact that it's mainly 2 adults and a smaller person in the middle, you mightn't be too bad. The fact that it has a rear wiper on the rear windscreen is very good. I was in something recently and it didn't have, and it's becoming more and more the norm with that EV side of things. Suspension is nicely set up. It's not too soft and it's not too firm, but it is definitely leaning towards the softer side. It isn't sporty, it is a nice, sensible drive. Captain Slow here. Efficiency, I took it down to Galway and back up again on the motorway, left it around 100 kilometers on cruise control, and since start, this has been getting around just under 20 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. Because of that change of the front of it, it's actually less aero than the original one. So you're not getting as slippery and as efficient as the older one. Small bit of road noise, even at these lower speeds. But nothing. The fact that there's no engine, you're hearing a bit more, obviously, in an electric vehicle. I missed the sunroof, even though with the light interior on the roof and the upper level of the car, it's not bad. Let me know in the comments if you have purchased an MG5, because obviously it's been in the UK a bit longer than it has been here, but also in Europe it's been here even longer on the European market. What you like about it, what don't you like about it, so that other potential MG5 purchasers might be interested in your opinion. I only get it for a week and a half. It's always good to hear from actual owners in the comments, so make sure you do. Another thing I like about the MG5 that it has on its predecessor, and it is the same as the MG4, it is vehicle to load, and it has that capability. If you buy an adapter and if you stick it in that front charging socket, it reverses it so that you can actually power stuff off it. 2.2 kilowatts is the maximum capacity on the output, but yeah, good. Battery size is 61.1 kilowatt hour with a usable 57.4. I think that's the same as the last one. I don't think there's much difference between this and the previous MG5 Long Range. So this is the third time I've had this on the channel. If you're interested in other MG reviews, specifically the older one of this, I've done standard reviews, but I've also done a coast to coast where I take it across the country here in Ireland. I think I took my dog with me at the time, so you can see all of that in the MG playlist, which I'll stick up on the screen. Charging time on that AC charging on a home wall box takes about 9 hours 15 minutes, and then on DC it is going to take about 10 to 80% in 42 minutes. There is an app available, again the same as the other MGs. It's the iSmart app. You can see battery charge, you can lock and unlock, all the features that other apps offer, but it's great to have that functionality as well. And as the cars and the manufacturers progress, the functionality within those apps will also progress and make it easier. What I liked about the MG4, and I'm presuming it's the same with the MG5, is the ability to be able to share that key, that digital key, with somebody else. So you're not physically having to, so they can use the iSmart app to take the car, move it, use it when you're away on holidays, etc., or just not in the vicinity of the car. You can see there with those speed bumps, that suspension really is very well weighted. With the MG Pilot, you're going to get adaptive cruise control, very easily set. You have active emergency braking, lane keep assist, traffic jam assist, and I've got some videos on my channel if you're interested in that kind of stuff, and intelligent high beam assist. Prices for the MG5 in Ireland are coming at the entry level trim is coming in at just under 35,000 euros, and the upper level trim, the exclusive, is just over 38,000 euros. Prices in the United Kingdom are just under £32,000 and just over £34,000 for the upper level trim. The MG5 will do 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 7.7 seconds in sport mode, and it is limited to 185 kilometers an hour. MG also comes with a 7-year warranty. Range on the MG Long Range, MG5 Long Range, WLTP is saying 402 for the entry level trim, or 379 for the upper level trim. Real world, you're probably talking between 320 and 340 kilometers. It is a 115 kilowatt motor, giving you 156 PS and 280 Newton meters of torque.
Hopefully you've enjoyed my review of the MG5. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment and share. And remember, if you think an EV is for you, leave it to me and I'll review. Thank you very much for watching.